Sorry about the delay. We have technology issues. We'll probably still continue to have those issues throughout the broadcast. Not necessarily us, someone. Anyways, how is everyone?
Good.
Snazzy.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. It's been a while. We missed our April one. Last time we did one was March, just after we finished the trailer.
Oh yeah. Well, we've been doing other things.
Yes,
It's true.
we've been busy. It's just the last time we did a live stream was.
This live stream is going to be a month long to make up the last time.
We're just gonna keep it going for a month. There's one time where I forgot to end the live stream on YouTube. This is when I was using.
Oh wow! So instead of just like a live stream, it became like a reality series.
Yeah.
Well,
They heard all your
Brother.
it was on a black screen, luckily, but it went for it went for 9 hours because
Oh, wow.
I finished, and then I went out after, and this is when after the live stream.
Oh man! Was it recording? Do you know if it was recording sound or anything, or was it just like black nothing?
No,
recorded, but it was still recording.
It was black nothing for about 7.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, gosh.
See, I watched those 7.5 hours. I was wondering what was going on. I thought you'd just taken a deliberately dark tone there.
Yeah.
A very existential podcast.
Yeah, that's art.
Yeah.
Stephanie's picture is sort of on the YouTube video. That's supposed to be that way.
No, it's paused on that end.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Stephanie, it's been a while to see you.
What's been happening since I last saw you folks?
A number of things. I'm not sure what we're all allowed to reveal in that, but
I forgot the thing that we've been doing.
That's exciting.
Teaser.
Oh, we can tease it.
Yes.
If things are happening that requires secrecy, that's always exciting news.
Yeah, totally. Michael, how would you go?
I mean, like in terms of show business, like you put it in other contexts, it might not be so great.
Yeah. Classified secrets. Sorry, somebody just asked me a question, but I lost it in the muddle. What was the question?
How would you go about teasing what we've been doing? I'm not sure what that quite means and what we can say or what.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Oh, sorry, I was wondering about something. We posted this Instagram post with the abbreviation OFCWKA.
Right.
And I guess we can at least reveal that some sort of special periphery scars content is coming your way soon with that title.
You can reveal the title. Reveal the title.
You want me to reveal the title?
Reveal the title.
Okay. So for the last couple of weeks, we've been working on this podcast called On Film and Cooking with Kyle and Alex. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a podcast featuring Kyle Hayes and Alex Crawford, our characters from the show, discussing those topics.
Yeah, like a lot of film, and Alex tries his best to get in some cooking.
Yeah. So it's sort of like a prequel to the series. Features the characters at a different time than we've ever sort of introduced them before. And yeah, it's a lot happens. There's a story arc, and you have to listen to every episode to sort of play along.
I will cut in at the end of this, just because I don't have the ability to do it right now. But at the end, I will cut in a small, like, minute or two snippet.
Oh, awesome.
Of that. But it'll be like on the YouTube and iTunes and whatnot VOD version. So like once it gets uploaded.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have a small little snippet preview at the end, so stick around to the end. If you're listening to this after it being live, which is when most of our viewers and listeners tend to listen. Yeah, after, if you're not listening to it live, stick around to the very end to get a little peek at what's to come.
Cool.
I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I listened to all 8 episodes. I think I've listened to episode 4 more times than any other episode, though.
Nice. It's a nice little tease for the mini series. I like that a lot. Where's it gonna be streaming? Do we know that yet?
Yeah, so it'll be up on YouTube. We'll have it there, and we'll also have it on. Oh yeah, other news. We're on iTunes, which I don't think is news. We're on Stitcher, we're on Google Play.
Oh wow!
And we're going to be on Spotify soon.
When you say we,
this live stream.
Oh, this live stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
This live stream that we do, the episodes are going to be up on those different platforms, and then more to come as we go out to more platforms.
Right.
Cool. They're going to keep cranking out platforms and inventing platforms. We're just going to hit all of them.
Yeah.
We really will.
Yes.
Well, and they're huge content platforms, right? I mean, they need content.
Yeah, absolutely.
Commercials and stuff.
There's platforms that aren't even invented yet that we're on.
Yeah, no, we're there. Yeah. Like Michael and Sex, we're just there.
I
What?
don't know. She likes taking digs at me.
No, it's from our Kickstarter campaign when it was they were talking about like different genders and like sexual preference, and then you just went, "I'm there."
I forgot I said that.
I can't for breakfast, but I can remember that.
That's that's embarrassing.
What?
Yeah. Both that I said that and that I forgot that I said that. Which means there's probably a whole host of things I've said in my life that I've forgotten.
That were just as embarrassing.
No.
And someday I'll be running for like political office or something, and someone will just dig all these up, and I'll immediately be, like executed.
Like the Zellers commercial.
Yeah, I think that's still floating around somewhere. Actually,
put on one of our videos.
Oh, nice.
Actually, this is kind of funny. I was looking for that video recently for some reason, and like the official ad company had like taken it down, but there was like a bootleg version of it floating around. So
what?
I was just so curious about the mindset of someone who would post like a bootleg version of a holiday commercial for a store that no longer exists.
They hadn't even like played around with it or edited it differently or anything?
It was just like ripped from the original video or like filmed weirdly or something.
Compared to put content on YouTube, people will put anything.
Pretty much.
And everything has been put on by someone.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Is that like the Rule 34 of...
Are you implying that someone's going to Rule 34 Michael Zeller's commercial?
If it exists on the internet, I mean. So Rule 35. Maybe Rule 33.
I think it's either Rule 33 or 35. It's not Rule 34.
Not unless it's about
that commercial being Rule 34.
I'm Googling this right now because I didn't know what you were talking about. Oh, wow. That's pretty shocking.
There's porno.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm usually up on the lingo, but I didn't actually admittedly know that term. Is that from something?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Okay, whatever. But in all honesty, is this like a...
This is...
Okay, so Rule 34 is if it exists, there's porn of it.
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah.
But
rules of the internet or...
And then this is...
I'm just curious.
There's a video of it somewhere.
Okay. I'm just curious if this has like a source. Like, is this from a show or anything? Or like, why is it called that? Just because?
Source of Rule 34?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's from the internet.
Okay. Sure.
The internet created it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I think it's a 4chan thing.
I was
Oh.
gonna say it's probably.
It's
Well, that
generally
explains it.
Oh gosh.
That's interesting though too, that like people can create on the internet completely anonymously,
Yeah.
post and forum and make videos even, and really, well, either a handle or just not even.
Yeah, I guess so. Google tried to enforce that thing where you like link your YouTube account to your Gmail account. So they're trying to like limit the amount of people who posted things anonymously, but there's a pretty easy workaround for that where you could just have multiple accounts.
Yeah.
So
Well, and even when they do perhaps put their identity in the forefront, even, I mean, like the guy who did the video Double Rainbow, for example.
oh yeah.
Did we ever know who that is? Did we care?
The question is, do we care?
Did we ever
I
know
care.
I mean, I kind of do too, but yeah, I think it's one of those things that we forget who did it.
Yeah.
Some things that are just so iconic, like Chocolate Rainbow.
I don't know that one.
Chocolate Rainbow. Oh, do you mean Chocolate Rain?
No, that was Chocolate Rain.
Sorry, Chocolate Rain. Yes, that's it.
Chocolate Rainbow. I think you're thinking Double Rainbow.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You combined the two
Rainbow.
internet
Oh.
phenoms. The chocolate Rain guy is very talented. So.
He really is. He follows me on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
That's
You should do some sort of mashup and collaboration with him. Chocolate Rain. I don't know.
Chocolate Scars.
Yeah.
Ooh. I feel like that would inevitably take on some racial undertones or overtones.
Well, the song does.
Well, yeah, that's what the song is about.
Well, is that like guys? Because of course there was that guy who was like, "You better hide your kids, hide your wife, because they take in everyone," or whatever. Remember that one? It was
I
a
do
guy
remember that. Yeah.
being interviewed on the news.
It was yeah.
Into his house or everything. And then there's these guys that made a song of it
Yes.
where
yes,
they're like,
I
"You
remember
better
that.
hide your kids, hide your wife, because
Yeah,
Oh my god.
or something like that.
that was a good one. I still see that meme sometimes.
I like the speaking of like things being made into songs. Have you heard the Charlie Sheen winning one?
No.
Oh, it's great. It was just some interviews when he lost his mind, and
Right.
he kept going like he's winning and he's a sorcerer and all this other shit.
Tiger blood, yeah.
Yeah, the tiger blood. He yeah, someone took it and made I think it's Songify. They took it and they made a song out of it. It was pretty great.
I've seen a few of those songifies. Yeah, they're pretty clever. There's one of my favorite movie, The Room, where they took a bunch of quotes from The Room and did that.
This feels like something I should see.
Yeah.
Would they be making a bit of a point like anything can be made into a song?
I guess that is the idea, yeah. Yeah, they just sort of take popular quotable bits from things and just like repeat them and put a bit of a tune to them, and it's a pretty interesting concept. Yeah.
Basically anything Kanye West. Sorry, Kanye West.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That reminds me of the comedy skits by Bo Burnham, actually.
Oh,
He
yeah?
actually did an entire Kanye-specific, or Kanye-style song that just basically involved, like, talking about meaningless stuff, but setting it to, like, putting it on auto-tune and setting it to, like, a backing track, and it actually sounded amazing. And then, like, all the different stuff that he was talking about ended up, like, being woven together in this incredible narrative by the end.
That's fun. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. And it ended up just being like him talking about how he was actually losing his mind. Yeah.
Sounds like getting closer and closer to AI music.
Yeah.
That's honestly what I was like when I first heard autotune. That's what I thought it was. I think it was like when it was Cher, Believe. that was the first time I heard auto-tune, and I was like, whoa, what is that? I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. It was like my mind was blown.
Right.
Using auto-tune?
Yeah, there is auto-tune, and there is so much auto-tune in that. Ooh, thank you. I just received some mac and cheese. I'm going to go off camera then so you guys don't have to see me slobbering it. Because, oh god, the drooling has already begun.
Homemade
I
mac
will
and
describe it to you guys. It is mac and cheese with buddy pasta and applewood cheddar. And okay, was there any goat cheese? Nope. Okay, applewood cheddar, which is divine.
That sounds quite reasonable. And it provides me a segue to go into a little segment. What's that?
No,
I thought Rain was going to say something, but I'm going to segue into a little segment called edible wild plants and the way they can save society.
I did
And
not see this coming.
and my mom was just talking last night about a presentation she saw. And I myself have taken a number of courses on edible wild plants. There's really a lot out there to eat, and it's just really tragic. This presentation was given in line with the poverty or the difficulty that many families, even in Canada, of course, right, have to feed themselves and more notably feed themselves well. Like it's mac and cheese, as Stephanie just described. It sounds extremely reasonable and awesome. But a lot of people, of course, are eating KD or even like generic, worse than KD, which has absolutely no nutritional value. Sorry? Did you say something, Stephanie?
Oh, I just said this is Annie's.
Oh,
So
and
it's like one of those. Yeah, I guess they're like.
step above. But the point that was made in this presentation was that dandelions, which are extremely
Oh yeah.
in the current moment in Canada, have exceptional nutritional benefits in the stem and the flowers and the leaves and the petals and every little bit of it. And so if you chopped up and boiled it a little bit and etc., dandelion and put it in with KD, you'd already be way ahead of the game. And you'd still be eating for next to no money.
Huh.
Mhm.
That actually sounds really
And yeah,
cool.
The only
like,
thing
rip
is you'd have to watch out for pesticide poisoning.
yep, that's the thing. Or like accidentally ingesting dog poop.
Which is why you'd have to be careful where you got your source.
Yeah. But most people's front lawns, or even the front lawn of their co-op building or whatever, is usually full of them. Or you could go to some nice little field, and then you'd have the opportunity to go for a walk with your kids.
Or on your own.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you don't have
Like just the other day, actually, I was in another group conference chat thing, and one of the people, while we were chatting, like she was just picking apart some dandelion petals. She was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna make these into a jam later on."
Nice.
Oh, wow.
nice. I've had dandelion soup before. That was
Also, like, I should mention that the conference call was with a bunch of hippies, so like I guess hippies know where it's.
Yeah, I've had a few friends in Montreal, for example, who do like urban foraging
Yeah,
because there's tons of stuff that
I
you
think like I just got an invitation on Facebook like to go to this it's like a workshop where you learn how to grow your own mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
Edible,
Cool.
like not the magical ones, but like just mushrooms in general. It'd be awesome if they were the magical ones, but I digress.
Those aren't difficult to grow. It's a little gross when you have to go like pick them. Because then it's just a reminder on where they come from.
Pick them and tell what you ones.
Sorry, what's that? You cut out.
Yeah, I think like figuring out how to grow.
Okay, you cut out again. Yay, tech issues. Yay. So yeah, he won't be able to join us. He's having issues getting back into the chat.
So he's giving up.
Oh no.
He's giving
Like
up.
I was.
It makes me think
He's a
that
quitter.
when we do it this way, once the broadcast goes live, no one else can join.
Mm.
You start turning it off and turn it on again.
That's entirely possible. Come to think, but
Yeah, we are doing a different.
Here we have no way.
Because normally I do it a different way than this, but I just decided to be simple this time. But
right.
I don't think I'm going to do it this way anymore. For anyone who is wondering what the hell I'm talking about, when you set up a live stream through, can you please stop that?
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah. When you set up a live stream through YouTube, it gives you two options. You can either use your own encoding, or you can use Google Hangouts Live, or On Air, or whatever it's called. We chose On Air. It's been a while since I've done On Air, and because it's really, really simple, you click and then you hit go, and then your broadcast starts. But in the past, we've done it other way, other encoding options. I've used a separate program. Then we have Google Hangouts set up that way, and then people can come and go. But through this way, it looks like people can't come and go. Like,
Oh no.
so that's unfortunate, but now we know. Don't use this way again. Even if I really want
Us
to.
three.
Yeah. So when you said leading into a segue with the cooking thing, I really did think you were going to go into Alex's cooking segment.
Yeah, I for sure was thinking that too.
I'm just like, oh boy, he's going to go and do one cooking segment.
Well, it's good.
But it was it was pretty close to one.
Except it was like legitimate as opposed to Alex's and being not so legitimate, like oatmeal.
Well, don't see what's wrong with oatmeal.
I'm going to do a serious oatmeal.
But of course, I'm not Alex.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
People listening will get these jokes in a few weeks when the episode airs.
Listen to this again. It's like,
Yeah.
like, oh, now it's funny. Now it makes sense.
Yep.
Well, it'll make it impossible to not listen to OFCKA.
We're just calling it On Film and Cooking with Kyle and Alex now.
Okay.
Because we
the title's been revealed, so.
Spoiler.
Well, the anagram? No, not the
Acronym.
acronym like that is a little bit like, makes me think of NKOTB.
A little bit.
I don't know if anyone wants to be made to think of NKOTB.
I think about them all the time. I wonder what they're up to
Especially
every
at
day.
night.
Yeah.
And every night.
Yeah. Last thing I think of when I go to bed, first thing I think of when I wake up.
You must live a really fulfilling life.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, and I really hope that the live stream caught that.
Caught what? Oh, I didn't.
Did you guys hear an excellent belch just now? God damn it.
I don't know if I call it excellent, but
Belch.
Oh, nice.
I give it a 2 out of 5.
You did hear it.
No, I didn't.
That's an Annie's macaroni and cheese belch?
No, it was my friend's. Well, she's also eating macaroni and cheese, but she did an excellent belch.
Oh, off in a distance.
I guess it's also the result of mac and cheese, but also she just makes excellent belches. We're talking about your belch.
fair.
She just gave me thumbs up.
So anyone got any projects they want to promote?
Well, the most coming up one is really cool. It's called Shadowlands. I've mentioned it. I think I've mentioned it on these programs, but it's coming right up now. It's on May 27th that the first episode airs, and then I think there's a bit of a cycle where the first episode airs again, and then the second, and then the second and the third. And basically, I do have like promo codes for those who would like to get Out TV subscriptions. I can have a promo code to get a free month of Out TV. So
Cool.
that would not just be Shadowlands itself, but they have RuPaul.
And they have Chucky Walkie Doo, which is a great kid show.
Okay.
They have tons of stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, Shadowlands will be premiering on May 27th. And it's lucky because it's just got into a bunch of festivals, but none of them conflict. Same.
Very nice. Love it.
Cool. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Michael, I know you have stuff always going on.
Yeah, I guess the one that I will promote today is I'm going to be doing some theater again this summer. I'm going to be performing in this show called Geek at the Toronto Fringe.
Nice.
So Toronto Fringe is the first 2 weeks of July, and yeah, I'll be sharing dates and showtime soon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Are you the geek?
I don't know if I'm the geek, but I'm a geek for sure. The story is
Show? When you
So-
said a show called The Geek, I was like, oh, it must be a one-man show.
oh no, there's no the in the title.
Oh, okay.
It's just called Geek. The story takes place at an anime convention. It's a pretty funny, eclectic, offbeat script. Yes.
Excellent.
Was that a motorcycle? What was that noise?
Or a growling stomach.
Oh,
Sound like a growling stomach.
I totally heard a motorcycle. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was a motorcycle that you heard.
Okay, cool.
What's going on? Stephanie?
She's too busy working on the mac and cheese to promote herself.
Yeah, apparently. All right.
Oh damn it! I was just you guys caught me. I tried to quietly slip away so that way I could get some more. I totally missed what happened in the last 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
You're missing everyone's self-promotion. What do you have going on?
Well, I wrapped up a couple of things in April. I was working on Fashion Art Toronto for a week, which was super freaking awesome. It's always a blast doing that one. And really like doing Fashion Art Toronto particularly because in that fashion show, you're not necessarily focused on just like people looking glamorous. That's the part where like designers get to go out and do more artistic, more weird stuff, more expressive stuff. And yeah, it's always a lot more fun for the makeup artists as a result. And there was this one designer there that I absolutely love seeing her stuff every year, Ali Wood. She does Amplify apparel, and the shows that she puts together, like it's not like the caliber of her designs. It's not even fashion anymore. It's just theater. Like
Oh, wow.
She creates characters that interact with each other, and it creates a storyline. It's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
That sounds really
And yeah, last year she did this really cool story about basically humanity and how it's deteriorating the earth.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, and this year her show actually had to do with her own journey with being diagnosed with borderline and bipolar disorder, and all of the different characters that she created represented a different facet of her emotions while processing just like her experiences living with these issues.
That sounds really
And it was so just, it was an emotional show. It was very relatable. I didn't do any of the makeup for it, but I got to watch it and I got to be part of, the overall show that it was in, which was super freaking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So this is not self-promotion so much as me just like fangirling, is it? And I guess just like plugging people that I think are super worthy of looking up. So yeah, this is Amplify Apparel. The designer is Hollywood. And yeah, super freaking amazing. And some of the people who are in the show are people that I personally love. So yeah.
Awesome.
That's very neat.
Yep.
For
What
me,
else have I been working on?
no, go ahead.
Sorry, what did you say?
No, go ahead. I was gonna say something, but go ahead and finish your thought.
Oh, I haven't been doing too much else for makeup specifically. Like a couple of I did this really cool short film video. I did this short film a few weeks ago, called The Nothings, and it's basically about these three entities that are outside of time and space. They're called the Nothings, and they overtake this one person. They overtake her mind and overwhelm her. And the film is basically about her like learning to cope with them and finding out who they are and what they want and why they're here, and eventually make peace with them. And it's really cool. It involved a lot of body paint because I had to paint these three gigantic people, paint them all black, and keep them painted black throughout the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of body paint and a lot of wiping off body paint everywhere else. That was a fun shoot.
Is that sci-fi?
Visual, I guess. Yeah, we also shot portions of it in slow motion. Like they're they're painted black and they're also shrouded, and we used like a giant fan to blow their shrouds outwards, and we filmed that in a super slow motion. So the final result is gonna be like this weird ethereal Dementor-like sort of figures.
That's awesome.
I'm super excited to see, and I'm super excited for everyone else to see. So yeah, that's called The Nothings.
That sounds really cool.
When can we
Or at
see
least
that?
that's what's working. Sorry?
When will we be able to see that?
This year? I don't know. I hope this year, because it's a short film, like 5 minutes long. So hopefully it'll be done relatively short order. But yeah, who knows? But I'm definitely keeping my finger on that pulse because yeah, I want to see how that one goes.
Absolutely. Yeah, it sounds really neat.
Very cool, yeah.
I realized I didn't really say what Shadowlands was.
No, go for it.
Just very briefly, like in my episode, it's like 1920s Berlin kind of thing, and it's like a big house party at my character's house, and he is a plastic surgeon who is obsessed with perfection, and so he's always working on people to make them have better bodies, etc., etc. And his ex-girlfriend is really upset with him about this, so there's conflict there, and he continues, and it's all in that one evening at that party, and he continues to push his obsession with perfection and ultimately his obsession with himself to, I'll say, extremely unhealthy limits. So that's that my episode, and then the other two episodes are really fun too. Firmly entrenched in the LGBT niche, but a lot of fun.
That sounds awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
I've been involved in several projects, most of which I can't really talk about because they're still too early on. But two of them are actually sci-fi projects. So the big one that I'm really active on right now is an audio drama called Mythos. And yeah, so I mean that's been a lot of fun. I get to do some voice acting for that.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I didn't know you were directly involved in that one. I thought you just something you liked.
In Mythos?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm involved in that one.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I've been taking a look at a lot of the scripts. It's a friend's project, so you know, the creator of the project, she is a friend. So if she has like, anything to talk about or something, or needs advice or whatnot, I'm there. So in an assistant capacity for that, and then again, voice acting too.
Nice.
For the first part, I'm playing one character, and then I'm playing a character that has a lot more lines coming the second part of it. So
Nice.
that'll be a lot of fun.
Totally.
It's really interesting, and there's some episodes out right now. There's a mini series that just finished called Ulysses Library, or the Ulysses Library, and that's really neat. And then the trailer went out, and then there's some other stuff that's coming out next month. There's a short with one of the main characters, Abigail. So it's her introduction, and then not long after that, there'll be the actual episodes coming out. So that's going to be fun.
Nice. Can I mention another thing or two?
The messages.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, I was going to say the other thing.
But that's pretty far in the future.
Well, I mean, it's one of the more active projects that I'm on.
Oh yeah, okay, go. You mentioned that one.
Well, no, I mean, it's your project that I'm involved in. So yeah, Sean and I are on another project called Messages. If you want to talk a bit about that.
Well, yeah, it's in the very early stages still, finances and locations, but the cast is just about together. And Rain has come on in the last few weeks as a producer, so that's given a lot of energy to the project, and me a lot of positive feeling.
Oh, you're in good hands.
Yeah. But no, I was going to mention another project, maybe even another after that briefly. But the first one I was thinking of was, I don't know if you've ever heard of a little film from back in the day called The Princess Bride.
Ooh.
No, never heard of it. I don't know.
I mean, I honestly didn't see it myself.
You didn't?
Until well into university.
Okay.
You didn't let me finish my. Sorry, I totally.
That was a critical second half of the sentence, but no, it's it's really cool. There's a group called the Secret Sessions.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, the secretsessions.ca. This will be their fourth production. Sorry, Steph.
No, someone just made a sound that sounded like a fart. I'm a 12-year-old boy. Okay.
Yeah, I heard you laughing about it, I guess. But yeah, so the Secret Sessions, they've done, this was their fourth production. The first two, it was basically what they do is they show a movie, but then the movie stops at points, and then actors come out and perform the other scenes. So it goes sort of scene from the movie, scene acted out live, scene from the movie, scene acted out live. What was that? Sorry, Steph?
So is that like a shadow cast?
Shadow cast? Oh, you mean sort of like Rocky Horror Picture Show where you have the movie and the cast performing it at the same time?
Precisely.
No. Yeah, that's what I thought it would have been as well, but and I still don't know 100% sure, but no, they'll play a scene and then the screen will black out, and then the next scene will be performed in and around the audience and a little bit on the stage. So you really end up sort of ensconced in the movie. So they've done Casablanca as well as Anchorman, and then they did Shaun of the Dead, and that one sold out quite well. So now they're doing The Princess Bride, and I myself play Prince Humperdinck.
Oh, that's a great role.
Yeah, that's why before we went live tonight, I was testing the sound with one of my monologues where I'm like, 1 month from now, our country will celebrate its 500th anniversary. On that sundown, I shall marry a girl who was once a commoner, like yourselves. But perhaps you will not find her so common now. Would you like to meet her? And the thing is that if the audience does not respond to that, because this is the first scene that we're going to be doing live, and we need the audience to cheer and everything, because then I'll say, my people, Princess Buttercup. But if they don't respond, then I have to be like, really? I think you're going to want to meet her. Do you want to meet her? Please let me know if you want to meet her. Just keep on going until they do something. But yeah, so that's actually opening next weekend. We've barely done any rehearsals, but I'm sure we'll be ready for when we open on the 24th. And then we run 2 weeks, and it's at the Redwood Theatre on Danforth Avenue in the east of Toronto.
That definitely sounds like something worth checking out.
Yeah, and when you come at first, in the first half hour, it's just like games and activities and interacting with the actors in character. So it's like basically you're walking into the world of The Princess Bride before the movie starts.
That'll be neat.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Quite the experience.
For both the actors and the crowd, I believe, yeah. Cool. I'll leave it at that for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been. I feel like we're kind of winding down since there's just too much. There's a lot of silence. I mean, we
Sorry,
have
my
a
mac
new.
and cheese was tasty.
That's okay. I just woke up from a nap not long
I'm
ago.
sorry,
I was really
share.
tired today.
Well, I could do one last plug. Or is
Sean
it too
has
much?
all
You
the
know what?
plugs
I was
tonight.
honestly really worried this whole day about the live stream because I actually had this weird impaction in my ear. So I was actually deaf out of one ear for the better part of the day, and I had no idea. Like I couldn't modulate the volume in my voice, so I had no idea how loud I was talking. And it turned out I was actually talking at like a whisper level the whole day, and I had no idea.
Oh, weird.
Who are you talking
So I was
to?
super worried about this live stream today. I was like, how am I going to hear you guys and how am I going to make myself be heard? And then at some point in the day I yawned and then my ear popped, and that's the end of that story.
Yay! And yeah, your volume's been great, so that's awesome. Glad that got fixed up.
Well, yeah, no more. I mean, I like your modulation. You modulate quite a bit. It's fun.
Ooh. Was that even the right word to use? I just realized.
What modulation?
If you're, the volume of your voice.
Yeah, modulation. Yeah, that'd be right.
There's this Will Ferrell character that can't. Maybe you've seen this before, but his whole thing is he can't control the modulation of his voice, so it just comes on to like weekend updates screaming. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
That's great. Yeah.
Like especially when I was young, I actually did have a lot of figuring out how loudly I should talk to people. Okay, I probably still have that.
I still have that issue.
Actually, this is kind of funny. Last night I was on set, and I was working on a scene that took place at a party. But obviously, this is an industry secret. If there's ever music playing in a scene, there's not really music playing in a scene. So, me and this girl were just rehearsing a scene. That's like we're supposed to be talking over loud music. There's no loud music playing, so we're just like screaming at each other like idiots, and like pretending we can't hear each other. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
That was the picture that you posted earlier.
Yeah.
By the way, Michael, I totally forgot that you were in that too. I'm so sorry. That I actually.
Sorry, I missed what you said.
Oh, isn't that basically what happened in Life and the Art of Lying as well? That there was like supposedly like loud music that people were supposedly shouting over each other, over the music to each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
party scenes are funny in the film.
Yeah.
Well, I did.
And that was where I saw your face, and I was thinking, "Oh, that looks like a young Michael Lake." Wait, that is Michael Lake. I felt like an idiot.
Yeah, that was a fun set.
It also felt awesome to be like, "Oh, we did work together."
Yeah, Emily's a great director. So.
Oh, Emily Schooley?
Yeah.
Nice.
Emily Schooley, yeah, she was the one who directed that. She is brilliant. I love her.
Yeah. She's a big supporter of ours too. She really likes Scars.
Well, actually, I had 2 or 3 other things I was going to mention, but since you mentioned Emily Schooley, she's involved in the third thing I was going to plug, which is directed by Nicole Rosas, but AD'd by Emily Schooley, and it's going to be at the Real Heart International Film Festival in Toronto. It's already played at a couple other film festivals that we weren't able to make it to, but we're definitely going to be there, and we want everyone to come out on the Real Heart International Film Festival on July, I believe it's 7th, and it's her film Abnegation. That's
I've heard about this.
Yeah, it's a Victorian era lesbian drama, and I play like a really evil Dickensian type Maleficent character. So it should be fun. At my ugliest.
Your performance on that was stunning. I also did makeup and hair for that. I'm the one responsible for his Jerry curl.
Oh yeah, right. My God, I didn't even get that connection. Nice.
That was where we met, and I was holy crap, I do not want to get on this person's bad side. And then I found out you're like a teddy bear.
I'm glad that like my first impression of Sean was the same as yours.
What, villainous? Villainous?
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't want to be on your bad side.
Oh. That's funny.
And then it's like, yeah, you're nothing like that at all.
Oh, that's like okay. So I was watching to prepare for my flight coming back from Venice, Italy to Toronto yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I downloaded 4 behind the scenes videos. First one was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade because I did a photo shoot where I dressed up as a knight and I looked exactly like the knight who says, "You must choose, but choose wisely." That guy. And then we were in Venice, of course. So I just had Last Crusade up the head hole, and yeah, and then I was like, go with it and see what YouTube suggests. And I went Back to the Future Part 2. Making of was extremely interesting, and you just made me think of it, but I forget why. And Superman, a whole saga of the whole Superman movies, the originals with Christopher Reeves, and then Pulp Fiction, really cool making of Pulp Fiction is on YouTube. Lots of interesting stuff to learn about that one.
Oh, nice.
I'll have to definitely, especially the Pulp Fiction one, I want to check that out after.
Yeah, it's huge in Quentin Tarantino's sort of writing process, and also like how he was completely broke, living in a car and on this guy's couch and everything, and then he sold True Romance, and then Reservoir Dogs got some speed to it, and then Lawrence Bender was able to get some money for Pulp Fiction, and obviously the rest is history. But yeah,
that's cool.
Cool videos.
Cool.
Oh, and then voice modulation. My God, I'm the king of that. Like my girlfriend, but a lot of people are often like, Sean, you don't have to speak so loud. Bring it down a little. There's a really cool cafe in Montreal that's got a gong. It's like super upscale tea ceremony.
Okay.
And they bang a gong, and I only learned after the guy came up to me and very calmly explained that basically the gong is to calm people down, like to get them to speak more quietly. But it had been banging for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, it's interesting how they play the gong from so often. And then the guy comes over and he's like, "Gentlemen, sir, I don't know if you understand this, but that gong means for you to be a little more quiet."
Wow.
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 Here I'm thinking like the gong is going, so you're talking over the gong.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't it encourage you to be louder?
See, that's what I would think.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. I don't know why I have to talk so loud. He's like, gong's constantly going on. But Michael, I don't know if have you ever seen where on set they do they play the music at the beginning when you start, and then they cut it and put on a thump track?
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah, it's confusing, but yeah,
it helps you, I guess. Well, for us, we were dancing, so it could keep you dancing because it keeps you, I guess, on the beat. But I noticed I didn't have any lines in that moment, and the actors themselves were not speaking like like Michael just very astutely described. They weren't like speaking as if there was loud music on. So I don't know how that's going to work in the edit, but so the thump track didn't really help in that case. But yeah, it was an interesting other way to do it, to hear the music at the beginning, so it sort of gets you into that mode.
Yeah.
And then be able to cut into it. That was on Shadowhunters.
Maybe just like have them sit in a room with really loud music blaring for a while, and then have them come out, so that way, you know how when you've been like at a concert or something, and afterwards your ears are ringing, you're an idiot. Protection.
So essentially, kill people's ears for a little while for the sake of art.
Yeah, because like
Okay.
after your ears are ringing and you can't really hear everything's not muffled, and you just naturally talk loud. You can't hear yourself, except in my case.
I have my Facebook open right now, and a friend of mine just messaged me, "Screw the fact."
What?
So I'm just letting everyone know we have a fan.
Try that again.
Screw, and then you
No,
got
not
censored
you.
after that.
Not you. Michael, we can't hear you.
You can't?
Okay,
Shit.
now we can. Okay, what did your friend say?
I was just saying I have my Facebook open in another tab, and my friend who's listening to this just said, Screw the thump track. I want a hump track. So I'm just letting you know that our fans stand by us.
Nice.
Very nice.
They want pump tracks. What?
Even-
So
Yes.
like baby music?
Your friend can also comment in the chat as well, and then we can
Oh, I
all
don't-
see it.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't see a chat box. That'd be snazzy. I use that word way too much for someone who's not from the 70s.
It's okay.
You're fading out. We heard you use that way too much, and then after that, that was the end of that.
You heard giggles.
I say snazzy way too much for someone who doesn't live in the 70s.
But snazzy is a great word. It's very snazzy.
I'm bringing it back into fashion.
I think I heard you too, Stephanie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any chat box or anything like that. Is there one of those running today?
It's on the YouTube actual page, not on the Google Hangouts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I keep it up in a pop-out box, and I keep it on one of my monitors.
Okay. Look at you being all techie.
I know, right?
Right.
It's almost like I have my shit together.
It's
But if that were true, we would have started on time and not 15 minutes late.
hey,
It wasn't your fault.
I opened my YouTube and like apparently YouTube is showing me all of these videos of airplane flights, and I was going to say airplane flights don't leave on time half the time.
It's true.
And it was just like coincidence that I opened YouTube and it's showing me all these airplanes. I think I have something on my mind. Airplanes.
Either that or someone's listening.
No,
YouTube is listening to us.
Someone or
Right.
something.
no, I just spent way too much time watching airplane simulators. Don't judge me.
Totally judging you right now.
Watching them.
Judge Rory, he was the one who introduced me to that.
A hump track, would that be like Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye?
Yeah, I was trying to think, like, what would be good examples of baby making music?
Outkast has some good
Let's
ones.
get it on.
Outcast.
Well, like the stupid saxophone one.
Saxophone one.
Yeah, you know, you know that one? Never even dancing.
Yeah.
Yakety
Something like that. Yeah.
Yakety sax would totally be my baby making music. Just saying.
And I want you to be my lover, and I want you to be my astronaut. Oh, I'm still in love with you.
And with that, YouTube blocks us.
So
Yeah.
who's saying worse, me
Come
or
on.
Sean?
We got to be careful. With,
That was Rain
Oh, but-
singing.
I don't.
I was just saying we should use some public domain baby making
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's what we'll have in the background of this. Just
Like
public
my
domain.
My preferred track is probably Beethoven's Fifth.
I prefer
It's a-
Toccata and Fugue in D minor. Don't worry, just
Okay.
Or a fifth of Beethoven from the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, where it breaks
Oh,
into
God,
disco
no.
style. It's like dun, 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 dun. It's an
You're
amazing.
killing it, Taylor.
But if it's anything like a thump track, then it would just be like a doo, 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 just like a
that just sounds like
incessant.
sound effects from Transformers.
A little bit.
Mm.
Gets you in the mood.
The mood for what? Construction?
Fighting.
Yeah.
The game of chess is like a sword fight. You must think first before you move.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen if I click on the live stream on the YouTube link for the live stream while being in like
Depending
is it
on
gonna
your,
become
I did that the first time we did this. I thought I'd lost
Wow.
my mind.
cool? I can't wait to do it now.
I was here-
It gets confusing.
I was hearing everything twice, and I couldn't
Oh my
understand what the
God.
hell was. I couldn't
Oh
understand what the
God,
hell
that's
was.
how I'm hearing it right now too. Oh, this is terrifying. Oh my God, I think I no.
And then everything is on a delay. So
It's trippy. You hear the same conversations twice, but one on like a 10-second delay.
Yep. Oh
So
God, no, it's ongoing.
I think
Oh no, what have I done?
Sean looks really confused. So
Well, it's like I guess it's like some people were getting married today in City Hall, but and when they came to their marriage, like 200 people showed up with big top hats and feathers and all kinds of snazzy outfits because of the royal wedding.
Happen.
Oh,
So it was like multiple weddings happening at the same time, and who's there? Who are these people celebrating? And
Are they celebrating? Did they all come to my wedding? I don't even know these people. They're like a celebrity. Oh, they're actually arriving for a celebrity. The celebrity's not even on this continent.
Yeah, for real, and just like so not legitimate. But it did have some cool themes in it, like I guess Meghan Markle. I don't know if it's my place to say, but she's a person of color. She's American.
is?
I think she is. Eh? She's like Caribbean heritage or something.
Oh, cool.
And,
I thought she was.
Sorry, what? You might know better than I. Miss Stephanie?
Oh, sorry. I don't have my camera turned on. I was just kind of looking terrified at the screen.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know a damn thing about the royal wedding. Like,
well, anyways, it sounds like they jumped around with some traditions and stuff like that. So.
Oh! I saw on the news today while I was at work. I saw them talking about how apparently in her veil, the way that she designed her veil, she designed to have it so that way the flowers from all 53 Commonwealth countries are represented in her veil, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, the designer of the dress was announced at the last minute or something, and it was a woman, a very strong woman from France, though. But it was Key and Peele or something like that.
Cool.
Or K Wheel.
I don't know the name of it.
But it was like ivory.
Hmm?
Ivory? The dress was ivory? No, ivory colored at least, I guess.
Yeah, not ivory.
I would think it would just be ivory colored, not actual ivory. That would be awful.
She's just wearing the tusks of dead animals.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to align itself with their general philosophies.
Badass, but not okay.
Yeah, apparently it was quite a spectacle. My mom and grandmom, like Gran, are seeing it tonight, and actually asked me if I wanted to come. And I usually with my mom, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe, but this time I was just like, no.
I support that decision.
Yeah, same. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna call it here. For
That's
tonight.
vaguely insulting the royal family.
On that
What?
note,
What? Ending our live stream. It's like, speaking of the royal family, have a good night, everyone.
yeah.
Period.
They got plenty of press this week, so
They really did. They don't need us covering it.
we should get them to do a shout out for us.
Plug them.
we should.
I
Like,
want.
we talked about how your wedding dress isn't made of ivory, so you should plug us.
My wedding dress is not made from the bones of dead animals.
Yeah, I want to see the Duchess and Duke like tweet a link to this podcast or something.
All right, everyone, tweet at them to try to get them to like retweet us.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Don't have a Twitter, so I'm depending on you guys.
You should really get one.
I'm depending on you.
Even Michael has one now.
Have what?
A Twitter.
I'm not cool enough.
Oh yeah. I had a Twitter for years and years and years. I was a pretty early adapter of it, and then I deleted it last year, and I just like reactivated it.
And was it an entirely different landscape when you came back?
Yeah. In that I haven't really been looking at it that much. But I do like Twitter. I missed Twitter, so I figure, yeah, this time I'll just use it a little more selectively as opposed to, diving in on everything. But yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, you have 2 Twitter accounts.
That's true.
I'm way too addicted to Facebook.
Oh, her, yeah.
Oh no, I was talking about Michael having 2 Twitter accounts, but yeah.
That's true. I've got my own personal Twitter account, and then I also just tweet stuff under the handle at real Donald Trump. I just tweet the most ridiculous things I can think of. It's sort of like a performance art piece. So every
I wish that were true. Because the truth is
I have
far
the
more
feeling that
disturbing.
after listening to this live stream, like a lot of people are going to check out your at real Donald Trump handle right now.
yeah, I have quite a few followers. I've got a few million followers.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Well done.
Still only get approximately 1,000 likes per tweet.
yeah. That's on a bad
Facebook
day. Yeah,
publicity's-
I get pretty.
Yes.
Yep.
Use that to plug Scott. Yes. Score.
All right, are we?
Irritating me, don't you?
Yeah, I can hear you typing.
That's
What
not
are you
typing.
typing?
That's not typing. He's fucking with the cord.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought you were like typing down a battle plan for us.
It's raining.
It is.
Alright.
Sorry, that was Foley. Sounded like rain.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, or what?
All right then.
Doesn't because typing sounds like rain.
It can, but I mean, the microphone
That
doesn't
didn't.
pick it up in that way.
it didn't sound like rain at all, unless it was like very, very violent rain.
Yeah.
It was raining computer keys. Alrighty. Well,
We're calling it.
We're gonna call it for the night. Hopefully, we can start doing this a little more regularly and not like miss a month. I mean, this is
Yeah.
our monthly podcast or monthly live stream rather, but we haven't really been doing it monthly, so we're gonna try to get back to that.
We do it on the regular schedule
Yeah.
whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, pretty much that.
That's what I always say.
Alrighty. Have a good night, everyone, and hopefully do another one of these in June.
Yeah, and stay tuned for our other.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say
Podcast.
catch you next time on Film and Cooking with Kyle and Alex, or Alex and Kyle.
okay. I
One of the
think the 2 of you should do that as our sign off for this one. But I should say that we're launching a fundraising campaign for our episode 9, which is
Ooh.
also going to be our pilot.
Yay.
So that makes it complicated. It's kind of neat what we're going to do. But
Yeah.
more details on that in June.
Yep.
Yes.
And once it actually launches. So stay tuned for that information.
Mhm.
All right. Michael, Sean, do you 2 want to do your sign off?
Sure.
And by sign off, I mean go ahead and do your little argument.
Yeah.
Bye,
We
guys.
can keep the thing running for another 6 or 7 hours. We'll sit here and argue.
Scream at each other
right.
until
Okay.
I walk out and slam the door in your face.
All right. Well, this has been on Film and Cooking with Kyle and Alex. I have been your host, Kyle Hayes.
And I have been your host, Alex Crawford.
We'll see you next time.
Perhaps. I don't know.
Dun, dun.
I don't know if I'm ready to keep going with this, man.
All right. Okay.
It's not all about you, all right?
I mean, I know, but at least half of it is about me.
Well, it's been feeling like more than half so far.
Really?
Yes.
Because I feel like you're. Wow.
Maybe I should just leave.
I feel like your oatmeal discussion got an awful lot of airplay there.
Not enough.
All right.
People need to know.
They need to know about oatmeal.
It's critical.
All right, Alex. Good night. I'll see you next time or whatever.
I'm slamming the door on you.
All right. That hurt my ears a bit.
Yeah, so that wasn't the thing, but stick around at the end. If you're listening to the non-live version, stick around to the end to hear the to hear an actual clip from that. But
The better version.
Yeah, the show's better than that.
yeah, neither of you were like prepared to be like, I'm gonna do that. What I meant by that was I meant that Sean should start off by saying Alex and Kyle, and then Michael would jump in and say, no, it's Kyle and Alex.
Oh,
That's what I meant.
sorry.
That's
Well,
okay. That's fine.
You forgot to get the title wrong.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's an unusual thing to forget.
Yeah, you forgot to fuck up the title,
Forgot to fuck up.
but that's okay.
I was almost gonna say it's Alex and Kyle, but I thought that was at the anyways.
That's what I was hoping that you would do.
It happens
That's
at the
what I-
beginning of the episode. By the end of the episode, I've given up on that.
Yeah, you have, but we're not doing an actual episode.
Guten Tag.
Alrighty. Well, have a good night, everyone. And
Yeah.
You too.
We'll see you all next time.
You too.
Smorgasbord.
Bye bye.
Have a good one.
You too.
Hello, and welcome to this week's segment of On Film and Cooking with Alex and Kyle. I'm your
Kyle and
host. Well, hardly matters. I'm your
Well,
host, Alex
that's-
Crawford,
That's what comes up when you search it.
and I was just gonna start the show
I'm
off.
I need to do my intro. Thanks. So I'm Kyle Hayes. I'm your host of On Film and Cooking with Kyle and Alex. And
Without whatever, but anyway,
So
so I was
we're-
just gonna start off with a story. I just recently was on an actual film set, catering, and I wanted to underline how important it is, how hard people work on a set. This is my catering job, as everyone's familiar with. I work at a catering company, and we just catered a film set by Total Chance like a week ago. And it was a tremendous experience. Just gained an enormous respect for not only how much hard work goes into such an endeavor, but how many people. There's a lot of people, and they're
Right.
not there. I mean, yeah, it's experience, but they're there for, well, it's work.
okay, thank you, Alex. So
I'll go on a little bit more about that
this
later.
week, we are broadcasting from a new location. We are broadcasting from my apartment.
Yeah,
yeah.
why is that?
Oh, the studio. We were renting this sort of cheap little makeshift studio, but the owner was kind of an asshole. So I don't think I want to go there anymore.
Well, I still have a good relationship with him, but yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, we're broadcasting from my apartment. I think that'll cut down on some costs. Apparently, I don't know.
Not necessarily smells. It won't cut down on smells, but
Yeah. Well, the owner of that space was kind of an asshole, and I just think he wasn't really. He wasn't really supportive of what we were doing creatively, so I think it just makes sense for me to host this thing myself.
Hey folks, I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone for taking the time to watch these videos, especially if you stayed until the end. It really means a lot to us. To everyone who has or is currently supporting us financially, thank you so much. You have no idea what this means to all of us. I have some names to read out. I apologize in advance if I butcher it. Kai, Andreas Nelsmeller, Melanie Hernandez, Colin Weatherby, Primal Screens Media, John Freewan, Mark Grasdell, Heath Dobson, Allison Kingsley, Najda Zahariva, and Kim Taylor.